Well, good morning, everyone. I have now started adding the furring strips to the ceiling. I've just currently got them screwed down just with a center screw here into the square tubing. I'll come back and secure the rest. I just, when you're working on your own, it was just easy for me to do the center one, and I'll come back and fill in the others. I am planning to install some radiant barrier onto these furring strips all the way across, waiting for that to arrive here in a couple of days. So I'll have these furring strips up ready for that. And then once all that's done and I've got all the nooks and crannies here insulated that are missing insulation, the factory did not insulate. For some reason, they probably were in a rush, did not get all the way to the top, and then there's some gaps in between. So I'm going to fill that in with something. So once I do that, then we'll be ready to install the tongue and groove boards. Okay guys, so I've officially completed installing the furring strips. I've got 3 self-tapping screws on each one on each end and one in the center, which I think is plenty. They're very, very secure. I don't think those are going to go anywhere. So yeah, so that is done. Just waiting for the radiant barrier to arrive so I can put that up and have that done so we can then put on the tongue and groove boards up on the ceiling right after that. So yeah, I think that's about all I'm going to get done today. I do have to get ready for an adventure, so I will bring you guys along to see that.
Freedom in this precious country of ours. So the Bills are wonderful young ladies, and I love them, and they rehearse, and they work a lot of hours to make it perfect. Give them all a hand. Is that great? From Sunset, Texas, say hello to John Kirkwood. The next cowboy is 20 years old as well. So John. They're tougher than us, Carl. They're tougher, they are. Now for the good jerk, a little bit. I'll put these over here. Go. Those scores are not. Don't know too much about this song, but what a name. You know, I could call home and say, well, I bumped off for a road cream puff or something like that, but domestic violence. Here we are. She thinks she was out that street. Did not make it. Only 81 in the score column right now. I hope that's correct. He's hot, going for a world title. Number 2 in the world, Mason Moody of Letcher, South Dakota. 23 years old, went to the national finals last year. He's hot, won nearly $26,000 in Fort Worth, and spin into his hand. This could be the one right here, I'm telling you. He is hot. He's going to the change of everything You want a lead change? You might get one right here. Look at the perfection. Look at him all around the way from his hand. It is, somebody said, 90. He rounded the PBR just like he was Then he got in on PRCA, he was the most valuable player of PBR team championship. The Metro Daddy Brown. Let Johnny Brown out, John Boy. Let's drive this bull. John Kerber on Blues up.
Only 5 more seconds.
You gotta get the ball in there. See the first strikes coming off? John's looking at the interview page. Man, oh man, oh man. He will take the rerun. I'll guarantee you that. Find out if he knows his name. Oh my God. What is it? 86 and a half? There you go. The winner will be, with 9.5 points, will be Hayden P. Welch. He will be our champion.
Well, good morning, everyone. Another beautiful day to work on the camper project. After a fun-filled night at the rodeo, I hope you enjoyed watching that. Anyway, so today the goal is to get the radiant barrier installed up on the ceiling. So that will require some cutting and some measuring and probably some stapling. And yeah, so hopefully it goes pretty quick. We'll definitely show you some of that process. Just gonna enjoy the sunrise on this beautiful morning. Can't beat it. Can't beat the sunrises here. Here lately anyway. It's nice and cool and crisp this morning. So the radiant barrier is going up. It's a little bit trickier than I thought it would be, just trying to hold it up on my own and get it secured. So it was a little bit of a pain to do that, but I got it up. As far as the center sections go, I do need to do these back panels, and based on my calculations, I should have enough. So I got to do that back panel, and I also got to do this front V-nose section. So yeah, I've got the seams taped here with some HVAC tape, and stapled where the furring strips were. So it's pretty secure. So almost there. Got a couple more sections to do, and then I should be done with the insulation part of the ceiling. Again, still need to figure out this top section here. I may just stuff. So I got some leftover insulation from the van build that I did. So I may just do that. I may just use some of that if I have enough to fill all those gaps. So we'll keep on working. All right, well, we just wrapped up installing the tongue and groove ceiling panels, and I think it came out a lot better than I expected. We've also got the holes drilled here for the puck lights, the LED puck lights. The electrical ran for that as well. Our plan is to run power up against the ceiling here in a channel of some sort, all the way to eventually which will be the power source down on this wall. So that's kind of the idea. Trying to figure out, I'd like to have it so that all the power lines are accessible if I need to inspect or add or repair something. I just like to have it external instead of behind the walls as much as possible. So that's kind of the idea. I did. We did up on the ceiling. Had to cut these sections. I got 12-foot boards, which was enough to get to this part here into this V-nose section. Then we just had to cut these smaller pieces up here to fit. I just finished doing a coat of stain on them as well, then caulking the seams. I can come back and do some sanding and probably give it another coat. But this is going to be the shower area anyway, so it's not really seen as much. So my plan is to put maybe a coat of polyurethane on these boards, or a couple of coats, just to give it a good seal and give it some moisture resistance. So yeah, that's the ceiling. I think we are done with that. The next phase of the project is putting on probably the flooring. Just gonna get some roll-out linoleum roll flooring. I think it's just gonna be the easiest thing to do. Probably gonna do that first before I start framing out walls and stuff. It's just probably easier to have the floor down first and then build on top of that. That's kind of the plan as of now, is to do the flooring next. Once we have flooring and walls up, then we will start with the wiring of all the 110 outlets and 12 volt outlets, and making sure that we have ports where we need them. Yeah, so up here, we did realize that I should have been cutting these boards short. It started getting a little tight, so we did start cutting them short. So what I'm gonna eventually have a board here pushing up, so we'll get that moved up. And over here, I did have to put this shim here because there are some wires that were kind of, the boards were sitting on those wires. So I didn't want to do that, so I put that shim in there, and then I'll probably just cut that, and that should probably be fine. So yeah, one phase of the project is complete. Stay tuned for updates as we move along in this project. I do appreciate anybody that does watch this. I am not a professional in any means. I am just trying to do my best with what I know and researching what I can, and just kind of using common sense on a few things. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this content. If you do, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. It is not probably the best channel out there, but it is real. And I'm just filming as I go. I will film in areas that allow me to when I'm actually working. It's kind of difficult, one person doing this. I did have help with the ceiling, by the way, so that did help, but I didn't think he wanted to be on camera. So anyway, thanks again, and we'll see y'all soon.